Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Post to Post. It's Neil here, back for another Friday jersey concept video. The designer this week is Ryan. He's got reverse retro jersey concepts for us, which is great timing because the reverse retros just came out a couple of months ago. So why not take a look at some of his concepts that I believe he made prior to the reverse retros being released. I've been sitting on them for a couple of months, I guess more than a couple of months, maybe like 4 or 5 months-ish. So it's going to be very interesting to see his designs. And of course, if you want to come up with your own designs, you can head on over to sportstemplates.net. I can save you 10% over there. Use code POST2POST. You can get the exact same template that you're going to see in this video, the jersey template, as well as other templates on the site as well. I can save you 10% on anything that you purchase on sportstemplates.net. And there are tons. There are loads, over 70 plus, and some free ones as well. So if you've already got Photoshop and you just want to play around with some free ones, please go over there, snag some of the free ones, and then maybe invest in the future. Get some awesome templates over there. Come up with your own designs from whatever league, doesn't really matter, from whatever sport, send them in. I would love to see them. Add them to the queue. We'll look at your work in the future. Let's get into these ones. Reverse retros, like I said, I've not seen these, so all I see is file names at the moment. We're going to start with Anaheim, which is, we're going to go in alphabetical order as far as abbreviation, ANA, Anaheim. Let's go. Boom, up on the screen. Whoa, okay. I guess I was not really expecting a combination, I guess, of brands within a jersey. There's a jersey within a jersey here. The person, or the, I guess, duck that's wearing the full uniform in the logo is wearing the original style uniform, but the actual jersey itself that's on is completely different. So I don't think I've ever seen that before. The shoulders are just very aggressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, stripes. Yes, 6 stripes on the shoulders there. That's also first. I've not seen that. I think it's a bit odd to have ducks that low. I know there's some jerseys that do it, like the I guess the Washington Capitals one, reverse retro right behind me, that has the Washington coming up kind of at a diagonal in the same general area as the ducks is here. But it's just a very odd placement on this one. I think I would prefer not to have the word ducks on there, and if it was on there, maybe it kind of matches the original branding, the original colorization of the logo itself. It just doesn't, that logo feels very out of place as well, just because the different branding and stuff, it just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb a little bit. Part of me is kind of digging those shoulders though. That's a very interesting approach to take for shoulders. I would like to see that reproduced in a physical version, so I can actually see how it would look if it was really created. I think that would be neat. Next, we've got the Arizona Coyotes, and we've got lots of black here. I love the purple. The purple starting from the neck, coming down into the bridge of the shoulder, and coming down the arm to the end looks good. I think I would remove all the colorization in the middle, the bottom of the jersey, just let the black kind of breathe in the middle. And yeah, I mean, it's not a bad concept. 6 out of 10, something like that. Let's move on. Boston. Okay, so immediate impressions were two thoughts when it immediately through my head. Number 1, brown ooh. Number 2, you know what? It works. That immediate gut reaction of, ugh, brown on a jersey is kind of gross, but just that split second after, I felt like, oh, I mean, I'm literally wearing the same jersey basically. The stripes are a little bit different. Obviously, it's black, and the one we're looking at here is brown. But I think it kind of works here. I would say 90% of the time, if you're putting brown in a jersey, I'm not going to like it, especially if it's a Boston one. I just find there's so many concepts that use brown in Boston, and it just doesn't work for me. And I think this does, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's just because there's so much of it, and I think it would pair well with the uniform. I'm picturing, gloves kind of the same color, maybe some pants as well, or maybe just black pants, but that same helmet. Just a really, really vintage look. I like this one. Next, the Buffalo Sabres. This is a first as well. I've never seen a horizontal cutoff in color above the old nips there, just below the C. That is absolutely a first. I think this is a little bit of a busy concept. You've got 3 stripes in the middle of the arm. You've got that separation of color up by the nips, but then down below there's lots of like pinstriping as well. So and shoulder patches. There's a lot going on for this one. I think this is one of those jerseys that likely would look better in a physical production versus a digital render of a concept here. I think this would just translate a little bit better in person, but it's too busy for me as is. I think it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I'm being critical. I'm overly critical in these videos on purpose. It would be really boring if I just went through. I'm like, yep, oh, that's cool. Yep, that's cool. I gotta say something. So 6.5 out of 10. I think it's fair. Maybe 7. Next, Carolina. Oh, this is dandy. I like this one. You can see the warning pattern in the sleeves there in the black, just very subtle. You've got, is his name Pucky? I think on the shoulder from the Hartford Whalers. The alternate logo in the middle. I really like the white stripes on the arms. It just, and there's just something about it. I just really, really like that combination. The red and the white look so good together, side by side there on the arm, and then the black and the white look really good as well. So just a really good appeal there on the arm. I like the warning pattern in there as well. Good concept. Next, the Columbus Blue Jackets. I actually noticed the smoke in the background first. That's pretty cool. Nice presentation. So we got the alternate logo there in the middle with the off-white, but the jersey itself is white. I think this is a very logical concept. I can absolutely see, maybe not a reverse retro. I guess technically this would be a reverse retro, but some kind of retro alternate like this to kind of match the previous alternate or the current alternate. I'm not sure if they still use it, but this is a no-brainer. This is a nice one. Wow, white blasty. I'm going to say something that's probably very controversial. I think this is better than the black blasty. I think there's just something about that red and yellow stripe there that it just pops so nicely off the white. It does on the black as well, but there's just something about this one. But it's such a white jersey. What color would the pants be? Would they be red? Would they be white? They're probably not going to be black, but would they be yellow? I would like to see a whole uniform based around this jersey. I think that would be really interesting. Not white pants. I think that's too much white. I think red pants with maybe a white helmet or a red helmet would look okay. I'm always thinking about how the uniform would look when I look at these jerseys. I like this one. I do like this one. It's very cool to see a reverse retro, I guess. Next, the Chicago Blackhawks, and I was looking in the back of the neck, and I was trying to figure out what that was. And it's the alternate logo that you kind of see on the shoulder there, but the perspective has been changed. It's been squished a little bit. So I would not do that to a logo. I know you're probably, Ryan, you're probably trying to fit that in there without it being too small. So instead of kind of doing this, you did this just to kind of fit it in there. It looks wrong. So I would definitely not do that. Keep it on the shoulder, or just make it small if you need to make it small. But I really like the concept. This is so much better than the current, or I guess reverse retro 2.0 that they actually made. I like this one quite a bit actually. The off-white looks to be like just a hint of yellow or maybe a hint of green in there on this. It's very different. I'd like it though. I think it's really cool. It's just such a muted, like if you take the color lime and you desaturate it by like 90%, you'd probably get something like this. It's just a really interesting, cool color. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Very muted color. Next, the Colorado Avalanche. This one is very nice as well. Really cool neck. I like the shoulder patch on the right. I think I would probably, I think I would go in the direction of having mirrored shoulder patches, and I don't think I would have them facing us. So right now the C faces forward, I guess, as I'm sitting, facing forward, but the one on the other side is facing off this way. So I guess make a decision. If you're going to face this way, then the C needs to turn a little bit, or the Avalanche one needs to turn a little bit. But I would just have two C's, and I would have them both pointing this way, which is, I think, the normal direction on almost every single jersey. This is a nice jersey, though. I really like it a lot. Next, the Dallas Stars. Oh, my goodness. I really like this. Same criticism with the shoulder patch, though. I think I've been sitting here for, I guess, maybe 30 seconds looking at this. There'll be a cut in the video, but I think everything about this jersey is literally perfect. I love this jersey, except for the shoulder patch. Just turn it so it's it's facing out. Other than that, I literally wouldn't change a thing. I think this is a phenomenal jersey concept. I love how clean it is. I think this would look great in a uniform. I love the nostalgia factor. It is kind of reverse retro. I like the striping all around. Excellent jersey concept here. Next to the Detroit Red Wings. I think this would absolutely work. It's very retro, but I find that silver top stripe a little bit odd. It's actually the first thing that I noticed. You got white, and then silver. I know they've used silver in some of their jerseys. Their Winter Classic jersey, I believe. Their first reverse retro jersey. And I think that might be it. I'm not sure. But either way, they've used it. They're allowed to use it. And I wouldn't be opposed to them using it again in the future, but it just seems odd to have 3 stacking white stripes and then the 4th one to be a silver stripe. It just, I don't know, it's a little bit odd. I guess it matches a little bit with the stroke on the numbers. But overall, it's a pretty nice jersey. Next, what is this? Okay, so off to the right. Great job, Ryan, by the way, putting in the inspiration behind this jersey, because I would have no idea. I'm assuming there was a team 100 plus years ago called the Edmonton Eskimos, or Eskimos in general, regardless of where they were stationed. But that was the inspiration off to the right there. That's kind of in the background. So he's replicated this on the jersey. Well, I think that is a really cool picture, and it's a really cool history of that old team. It's just a look at the gloves and the socks. Like, this is just wild. I don't think it translates to the current modern fans' appeal of jerseys. This looks like someone bought a white practice jersey at, I don't know, Dick's Sporting Goods or Sport Check, depending on what country you live in, and took a bumper sticker and just kind of like slapped it on. It looks very out of place. I respect the history, but I do not like this jersey. It's not for me. Let's move on. Florida Panthers. I like this. This is a reverse retro of the current reverse retro. It's really cool to see that logo on the front. I think that was a really smart decision by them. I think it looks better on the one that they currently made, though, not necessarily this one. This one looks good on the red. It does look good, but I think on the blue it looks a little bit better. But I do like this jersey. This would be a really cool jersey for them to make in the future. Good job on this one. Next, the LA Kings. This one's kind of the reverse of the current reverse retro as well. Got a bit of a gold flake in there. I don't know if that would necessarily fly in terms of Vegas fans accepting that or allowing that, but I guess you can try for sure. But this is a pretty nice concept. Even though I don't like yellow that much, this one works for me. Next, the Minnesota Wild. This is pretty much what we got. This looks great. Next, the Montreal Canadiens, also a jersey that we expected. You can see the off-white there. That's not something that we got, but I think it would look very good in the future if they did do something with off-white. I think that would be a great decision, and the logo has been recolorized here a little bit as well. I don't mind that. I think that actually looks pretty good. So I think based on the one that they actually came out with, I would say this one's better. I think the red being a little bit more burgundy necessarily than red is also a good choice. So I really like this one a lot. Pretty close. It's not exact, obviously, but the general thematic and the branding here is pretty on point. This is an excellent concept. It's busy, but it's based off a team that was quite busy visually, so they have the full rights to do that, and I think they should. This one's good. Okay, next is the Nashville Predators. I know I'm in the minority here, and a lot of people like that checkered pattern. I've just never been a fan of it. They used it in a jersey around like 2009, 2010, 11-ish, something around there. I don't know exactly. But I was not a fan of that pattern back then. I'm not a fan of it in concepts now, or if they used it in an actual jersey, I would not be a fan of it. But I like the rest of the jersey. Like, if you just took out that pattern, kept the stripes yellow, kept the whole blue along the bottom, it's a nice jersey. Next, the Islanders. It's the Fisherman, and this is a very good rendition of the Fisherman, actually, keeping the logo pretty much identical to the original one, if not completely identical. I'm not sure if I can determine any discrepancies there. The wave pattern along the bottom is very good. Shoulders, very good. Excellent concept. Next, the Rangers. NYR on the front. I'm trying to think about when they used that last. I can't remember. Maybe they'd never used it on a jersey. I don't know. I can't think. Let me know in the comments when the last time they used this, or if they've ever used this. I know it's in their Wordmark official logo history. I just don't remember their actual usage of it. I would probably pass on this one. This looks like a specialty jersey that honors the policemen of New York or something. A really cool specialty jersey. It'd be really cool if they did it, but not as a reverse retro. I don't think this one totally works for me. But by the fact that this says reverse retro, they must have used this in the past. I'm just not familiar with this specific jersey. I don't know why. Okay, next up, the Ottawa Senators. Excellent. Immediate excellent. If you take the 100 Classic jersey and then the Heritage Classic jersey that they used around 2013-ish, put those two together, inverse them, boom. This is what you got. Great decision. This looks excellent. I like it a lot. There's probably nothing I would change of this, actually. Very good job. Next, the Philadelphia Flyers. So the Flyers came out with, it wasn't only the Flyers. There was a couple of teams who did this, modernized, chrome-influenced, reflective. It wasn't literally reflective, but it had the appearance kind of having reflective, beveled, shiny metal. So Florida did it. I think the Rangers did it. Maybe Nashville. I can't remember the other teams, but they only used it for maybe 2 to 4 years or something. And during that time, they didn't wear it that much, but that's where that logo comes from. And bringing it back, I don't know if it would be the right decision. I think it would maybe get some heat. But with that said, in the same breath, we have Prime Green right now. And Prime Green has very intricate, very detailed, the best, the logos have never looked better in physical production than what they do right now. So having that logo to come back as Prime Green, or, I'm assuming that this gets made tomorrow, okay? But if this were to come back, I think it would be cool to see the logo, but I'm not sure. The stripes on the arms are very interesting. I like how clean it is otherwise. Overall, it's probably a 7 out of 10 jersey for me. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wow, I love the little detail of the logo progression in the back of the neck. That's actually the first thing that I noticed there. And if you've been following the channel, you know that I don't like yellow jerseys. However, I actually really like this one a lot. It kind of goes against a lot of what I despise in jerseys. Yellow jersey, slanted long text on the front of a jersey, and very repetitive, aggressive striping, all on top of each other. The three things that I typically don't like. It's got them all. But I like this jersey. Sometimes like reason and like historical preferences just kind of go out the window, and you just got to go with your gut. That's what this is for me. This is a gut kind of reaction. I like it a lot. I actually wouldn't change anything about it. I like the way that the numbers are beveled. I like the logo on the front. It looks good on the yellow. I like the striping. I like the shoulder patch. I think this is a kind of a home run concept here. Very well done on this one, Ryan. Next is Seattle Kraken. Ooh, nice little gradient in the striping there. That's pretty cool. I think that would translate well with the fan base. It's a very mysterious kind of brand, the Kraken and stuff, rising from the depths. So to having a little bit of a gradient action in there, almost like fog like you have in the background, I think that was a really cool decision. I like that. The shoulder patches look good. Having the C in red, the numbers in red really pop off that light teal. Good job. Next is San Jose Sharks. Much more orange in this one than we actually got, but this is difficult because I think the logo's too low and the colorization coming through here is just a little bit thick. I know it's kind of an odd jersey in general, but this one translates it in a negative way because it makes it look like whoever's wearing this jersey is wearing a backpack or a book bag or whatever you want to call it, knapsack. I think it's a little bit too aggressive on the striping coming over the shoulders and under the arms. So there's things I like about this. I like the usage of orange and teal here is very good, but I'm just getting distracted by the striping. Let's move on. The St. Louis Blues, excellent jersey. I really like the neck. The logo looks good on that dark blue. Very simple jersey, very clean jersey. The stripe in the middle and the bottom, a little bit thick for me. Maybe I might just remove it and just let that dark blue just kind of flow all the way from top to bottom. Otherwise, pretty good concept. Next, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, it's pretty close to what we got, and I think this is a very logical decision as well. It's sold quite well, I think. I think it's maybe sold out everywhere in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. The only odd thing here is about the number placement on the crest of the shoulder, the bridge of the shoulder. Move it up, put it right on the shoulder. I think that's a bit of an odd place to have the numbers right on that corner of the shoulder. Let's move on. Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, this is okay. The logo looks good. The arms are fine. A little bit of gray in there. The shoulders look okay. This just looks like the most generic Toronto Maple Leafs vintage retro jersey that you could possibly make, and I don't mean that as an insult at all. It's not a compliment. It's not an insult. It's not negative. It's not positive. It's just strictly an observation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this jersey, but it doesn't get me too excited. If they come out with this, I'd be like, okay, that's a nice jersey. Expected. Fine, move on. That's kind of how I feel. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. Wow, this one is interesting. An arm that's colorized with an arm that's not. We've got some gradient. We've got a recolorized old logo. So you've taken the original, not the original brand, but one of the original brands of the Canucks when they were in their crazy years, and you've kind of updated it using the current colors. You know what? I actually don't mind this at all. It's a bit of an awkward, weird jersey, but I kind of like it. Like, I would love to see a physical version of this. It'd be really cool. Next, the Vegas Golden Knights, wild font there in the middle. Very, very wild font. I don't mind it, but the theme of the numbers don't match the theme of the font on the front. I would like to see the numbers replicate the jaggedness or maybe aggressiveness of the Vegas. The VEGAS, the 6 and the 1 are a bit rounded, where the VEGAS is very harsh, pointed, sharp. They just don't match. So I like everything else. Like, the shoulders are really cool. The bottom of the jersey is really cool. But yeah, just a little tweak to this one. Next, the Winnipeg Jets. Kind of close, I guess. You've just done the inverse version of the reverse retro that they did go with. The gray doesn't stand out well enough, I think, on this. I think you'd have to change the gray to the white. It just kind of bleeds in the background a little bit for me. Next, the Washington Capitals. Ooh, this one is a little bit awkward, I think. The blue in the bottom of the sleeves, it just looks like the black and the blue don't belong together here. It's like you had a black jersey, but you cut off the blue sleeves of another jersey and just kind of sewed it on or something. I don't know. It just seems very. This one just seems very out of place for me. I'm not digging this one. But I already know what my favorite is. I'm not even gonna have to make you wait. I'm gonna have to go back a little bit. There's some really good jerseys in here. The Pittsburgh one was awesome. Some other ones as well. But the Dallas Stars one, man, this one's my favorite. This one is just a beautifully clean designed jersey. Tweaked the shoulder patch a little bit, like I said. Otherwise, man, excellent concept. Love this one. Full 10 out of 10 marks on this one. Great job, Ryan, on this one. And many others in the series. I think there was maybe only 2 or 3 that I didn't like. The Oilers one, the Washington one, I think that was maybe it. So like 3 at the most, but definitely 2. So many good concepts in this one. Thank you so much for submitting these. I loved reacting to these. It's my one of the favorite things to do here on the channel. So if you did enjoy this video, please help out the channel by hitting the like button. Help out help the video as well. It always does a little bit better when it gets more likes. So I appreciate that. And of course, let me know down below in the comment section which one was your favorite. Let Ryan know down below. Leave some constructive criticism if you'd like, but be friendly, be nice, and have it be constructive. Don't be rude. Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. If you're new and would like to see videos like this every Friday, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Adios.